Snake.
Noonum.
We're back again. It's Rouge.
Yeah, the Phantom Ruby's gotten weaker ever since we blew up the Death Egg in a really unsatisfying way.
We blew up the Death Egg? When did that happen?
I think it happened last part. It's still there. You can still clearly see it. We didn't do a bang-up job.
It's like that untitled Sonic the Hedgehog game. Like, what if you blew up the Death Egg and it just flew onto South Island?
What if this is the bad ending that leads into a sequel?
The war between South Island and North Island. It cannot happen. Sonic must remember that he is a hero.
You can't just let Eggman die. You have to travel back in time or something to save him, while Metal Sonic just stews on the beach.
So here we are in Metropolitan Highway.
Yeah, last time we were here, the whole Resistance died.
Not my favorite ice cream.
But this time, you know, the Phantom Ruby's powered down, so maybe we can not get murdered violently. I don't know. It's a very boring story. We tried to attack the place, we failed, we did something, we attacked the place.
It seems like Metropolis is like the design of Metropolis changes for every game that it's like featured in. Like, what is this?
This looked more like the place from Sonic Heroes.
This looks like some like scary fucking Mirror's Edge utopian shit. That's what this looks like. Like fake utopian, like.
Does anyone live here, or is this just Eggman's big house?
Is this Eggman's place?
Does he just live in all of these buildings?
No, what is Metropolis? Like, what in like... I don't know enough Sonic lore to know what the fuck Metropolis is.
Well, in Sonic 2, it's just this factory stage, but it doesn't look like that anymore, and it doesn't have any of the kind of trappings of Metropolis Zone. There are no cogs or anything. It's just big city. It's a metropolis.
Didn't it show up in SA1 and SA2?
I don't believe it did, no. There was like a zone that was like reminiscent of this in Sonic Heroes, but it wasn't called Metropolis. It was just big future city.
Oh yeah, the second zone, isn't it? Yeah, it does kind of remind me of that.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why this city exists. I don't know why it looks like Eggman's just been binge playing Mirror's Edge. Is like, that shit right there, that's my place.
I think it's like a city in the Sonic universe. At least in the Sonic the Hedgehog comic. Speaking of, I recently checked out Sonic the Hedgehog comic, which finished in 2016 and is now being continued
by IDW or whatever.
It's not being continued, but it's a completely different story and new characters. But did you know that comic kind of just, got canceled? It didn't have a conclusion.
No.
It got canceled.
There was a bloke writing it who made up a bunch of characters, like fucking Julie Sue the Echidna or whatever. I can't remember the fucker's name. He's a bit of a moron though, but when he got let go, he pulled some actually shit on Archie in regards to the Sonic comic that kind of fucking killed it. Which is basically, I wrote all these characters, you can't use them, and because of the way he had written the comic, his own fucking characters it made up had become integral. Like,
all of the characters? Like, even fucking, what's her fucking
Not
name?
like core characters, just his own characters that he had made up, called like Julie Sue and shit like that.
But what about characters like, what the fuck was that gerbil's name?
I don't know.
The fucking girl. Like she was even in the stadium.
Oh, are you talking about Sally Acorn or whatever?
Did he also make up Sally Acorn?
No. This guy's way after all that stuff. I'm looking up his name, even though it's not really that important, but essentially... Oh, by the way, he's now writing his own comic with the characters he'd made up in the Sonic comic, but now they're no longer echidnas, they're now called kidnas, and they're aliens.
But they're not in the Sonic universe anymore. Sonic's not there.
No. If you fail there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
I'm looking at the game, and like how the game looks is how my brain feels at what you just told me. So there's a dude!
Empty space where nothing exists.
So there's a fucking dude who was writing the Sonic the Hedgehog comic that stopped somewhere And now he's coming back. It's like, actually, these characters that have become integral to the story, I don't want you to use them because I want to make my own comic with all these characters.
I think what happened is he got removed from writing the comic and he basically piss-babied it and was like, a way of just fucking the comic. You know, in case of firing, break glass and just bring everyone else down with me.
So anyway, something that I noticed is that the last giant plot line of Sonic the Hedgehog comic, the Archie comic, is Sonic Unleashed. Like, they adapted Sonic Unleashed, which is like... And apparently this adaptation lasted like 2 months of publication. Not 2 months, like 2 years of publication. And I'm like, really, you're going with Sonic Unleashed of all things? And I'm like, it was kind of fucking confusing. I was just like skimming through the chapter, the issues. It was just like fucking, over goddamn 20 of them. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on, dude? Why Sonic Unleashed? Why am I watching Chip fucking die again?
I think that happened with a lot of Sonic comics, even going back to the old days, is that when a game would come out, the comic would hastily adapt the storyline of it.
Yeah, but that makes no sense, considering
how
all the other
Sonic
characters
comic
that are...
works. Yeah, it's weird, but they just,
It
I
has
guess
so
they just do
many
that.
OCs!
I think, you know, it's just a method of when the games come out, sales of the Sonic comic may go up, so you've got to appear like, this is just a comic book adaptation, it's not its own thing, even though it is. And then they just hope some people would stick around for it.
So it's like a weird like middle ground where like OG readers who are like really invested into like Sally Acorn, Julie Sue, and who the fuck ever is in fucking Sonic the Hedgehog comic. And also, but like the new readers are like, what's this? This is... Where's the werehog? And so it's like this weird middle ground where like no one is really that satisfied. But actually, they were able to finish the Unleashed storyline. And so it ends with like Chip like becoming... It ends with a fucking weird image of Chip humping a huge fucking Chip humping the planet Earth. That's like the image it fucking ends on. And then there's like 4 or like 5 issues of them adapting Sonic 1 to Sonic 2 and Sonic CD. And then like the Sonic CD issue like ends with join us next time in 291. But what actually happened is Sonic the comic got canceled at 290 issues. So like they're already advertising like the next issue. They didn't even fucking know that they wouldn't be able to do that before they got canceled, which is like honestly cold.
Okay, I'm looking into it. The fellow who did that was Ken Penders. He sued Archie Comics in 2009. This led to all of the comic writing staff getting fired, all of his characters getting removed, and this was in 2012. And it held on for like 4 years afterwards, but I don't think it released very much. And yeah. And now he's writing his own character. Now he's writing his own series because he's really attached. Did you hear about the Sonic Tag Team Battle controversy recently?
No. Why does Sonic have so many controversies?
It's like it was a fan game that was made. It was a battler, and the sprite artist was so worried about people stealing his fucking characters that the game itself is fucking malware.
Oh, I think I heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's got a key logger, it downloads your passwords, make sure you ain't using his shit sprites elsewhere. And so the game is just dangerous to install on your fucking system.
What?
Sonic Tag Battle, don't fucking download it. I mean, you weren't going to anyway. For many reasons.
Why would you do that? Also, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, this is the war scene.
There's so many fucking... This is the OC Wars.
Look at everyone else slowly catching up in the background. This is the worst animated war scene just ever put to fucking screen. It's so shockingly terrible how none of the action flows.
Like, look at the fucking JPEG quality of the background art. Like, look at it. Like, what is this? It is so bad. What's this Sonic Heroes fucking S cutscene?
Did you know the Resistance had ships? Because it suddenly does. I can't tell which ones are on our side.
You can't have a fucking, like, this has had no build up to it. I was like, I closed my eyes and suddenly there's like a bunch of Shadow clones and Chaos clones and fucking, who the ever fuck that guy is from Sonic Boom, Sonic what the fuck ever. What is this?
There's everyone in the background doing nothing.
Look at them. Why is Silver there? Why did he come back from time? There's so many characters you could literally just have.
It's the sun. Even though if it's not the sun, you'd all be fucking dead.
While we're under the Phantom Ruby's control, it's a part of our reality.
Everyone's getting a tan.
What chance do we have against that?
Just shoot Infinite in the head.
What?
Oh wait, I'm not sunproof. Shit.
Wait. Like, so like all these characters are under the control of the
The
like,
Phantom Ruby.
So like it's not happening really, but like mentally to them it's happening.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Or is it like actually happening to them, but not to
It's
anyone
a
who isn't under
virtual
the
reality
control of...
projection, and it's so real to them that it actually affects them.
It like kills them and burns them up.
I mean, this game would never go
Or
there
are
and
they-
show that, so we can only assume.
Or are they like just in the ground like spazzing out, going like blah, 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 blah. It's just like it's just like imagine Sonic like just like fucking having a goddamn stroke just on the ground because an imaginary sun has fallen on him.
Okay,
It's war.
so
It's war, Vector. There's nothing we can do.
we're just all dead. So this is a weapon that you unlock after beating the game, but I had to come back and show it off, because it's funny that this weapon is still less overpowered than many of the other ones you get, but look, I could just fly through 90% of this stage with never touching the ground. They built it for this. This is intentional.
I've got like 10 minutes of this was just talking about Sonic the Comic, and now we're into the game now.
I mean, I just wanted to bring that up. We can stop talking about the game if it offends you.
Now let's talk about the game. Like this is endgame, right?
Yeah.
This is basically endgame what's happening right now, and it's like honestly not that impressive.
No, we're just gonna go up there and stop the sun because we have a Phantom Ruby that can stop the sun, because we'll imagine the sun isn't there harder than Infinite is imagining it is there.
God, that cutscene was so bad.
It's really jarring, isn't it? Just none of what happened there.
Everything like sticks out, and it's like, so there's like a lot of it, so it's like ends up looking like a weird noise thing.
And besides anything else, so what had happened in the previous two cutscenes, Sonic runs up to Eggman, Eggman sends him to Null Space, and then Sonic escapes Null Space, and then runs up to Eggman again, who flies away, and then the war scene happens. And why does that happen? Why is there this rocky crag canyon zone outside of Metropolis? Why was everyone there? I don't know.
You know, the plot of Sonic 06, you know, might have been bad, but at least you can just look at it and be like, huh, I get what's happening. Ooh,
Yeah.
barely made it to S rank.
This
You know-
scene logically follows from this scene.
You know, you understand why Sonic gets fucking stabbed by a giant crystal sword, you know? But, like, if it was written by, like, Sonic Forces, it'd be like, it's like a cutscene, and then, like, Sonic's just walking, and then, like, a huge fucking sword, like, decapitates him, and you're like, wait, who the fuck is that character? Mephisto? When was he introduced? Oh, in a gameplay segment, Shadow said something. It's like, Mephisto!
I love Mephisto.
Sun,
my
it's
favorite
gone!
magician.
Yes! The whole
Shadow's
fucking
really
sun.
happy the sun is gone because he likes darkness.
You dropped the ruby crystal.
It's gone now. I hope he doesn't make another sun.
This is why I always check and double check.
My favorite thing about Tails is him when he's like talking and like his tail noise is just coming. Like he's just flying from somewhere like and he's just like, fuck you, Eggman!
Tails, the character who has achieved nothing in this game, just flies in to say, heh, Eggman, you're a bad scientist.
Fucking, what the fuck has Tails done?
What's his damage?
Like, what? Has Tails done anything since like fucking Sonic Heroes.
No, in this game he didn't even find. It's a tall order to say he found Classic Sonic. He pointed Classic Sonic in the right direction, which, honestly, I think Classic Sonic would have done on his own, you know? He would have turned up and gone, wow, shit's fucked. I'm gonna look for Eggman and beat him up.
Like, this game is, like, not satisfying on every account. There's, like, it's not satisfying to, like old asshole Sonic fans who are, like, who don't like anything about Sonic, you know? Like...
Like me.
Like Sonic Generations tried, and Sonic Colors tried, and fucking whatever Sonic other game tried, and, like, you can imagine, like, Sonic fans liking that, and, like... But and it also doesn't like the edgelord Sonic fans who, like, want, like, super dark Sonic stories. It doesn't... It satisfies no one. And especially it doesn't satisfy me. Like, I can, like, look at all the other Sonic games and be like, yeah, I can see what's happening here. But this one, I don't get it. I don't get it.
You don't get what this game wants, who it's trying to appeal to. It doesn't... It's made for no one, but feels at the same time like it wants to appeal to everybody. But it can't. It can't possibly do that.
As a person who's, like, passingly into Sonic, you know, doesn't really play games, just likes, you know, the whole... The cultural mythos behind Sonic. Let's just say that.
Which is more interesting than the games itself, in many ways.
I didn't really, like, enjoy, like, Sonic Generations that much because of that. Because it was kind of just, like, a fan game. It was, like, not a fan game made by a fan, but for the fans, essentially. And I was, like... And it's not for the fans in any way that's, like... I don't know. That tickles my Sonic bone, basically. But, like, this game, it could have been like that. It's got all this edgy stuff, but it's like, the story is written like this. For some reason. I want Shadow to have guns and to talk for, like, 10 minutes about how he has guns and how it's...
Where's Maria? Is she still dead? Did she die again?
I want Shadow to just, like, fucking mid-gameplay, like, it's literally mid-gameplay, he stops, guts on his knees, and starts sobbing, crying about Maria. I want that to happen, and I want him to take his gun and point it in his head, and I want him to hold it, and it's like contemplating suicide. Shadow is just in the middle of gameplay, it's the middle of gameplay, mind you, holding a gun to his head and contemplating suicide because of Maria, and I want that in my Sonic games. I don't want this! I don't want this shit!
None of this middle-of-the-road sadness. Go full sad. I miss when Sonic was fucking terrible.
I want depressing Sonic. I want Sonic to die, and, like, I don't know, fucking Amy sucks his dick, and he's, like, just fucking turns into Super Sonic for some reason. Who gives a fuck? I don't want this. This is weak. This is lame. No one wants this. You've made a game that every facet of Sonic fans doesn't want, and that's embarrassing. How were you able to do that? How were you able to make a Sonic game that no one likes? Not even the saddest aspects of its fans. It's fucking garbage.
You see, Sonic could be so much more, but you just have to have some ambition. None of this, like, power of friendship bullshit. Like, Sonic at this point should just pull out the Chaos Emerald, break it in half, and then just glass Infinite. Stab him in the neck.
What should happen is fucking Infinite should have, like, Chaos Emeralds, for some reason, all of them together, and he should start eating them. He should eat all the fucking Chaos Emeralds, and he turns into a giant version of himself. He's like, it's like fucking Akira, and he's like, mutating and, like, malforming into some kind of body horror shit and being like, oh, Sonic, this is the true power. I am the true Sonic after all. But that's not what's happening. It's fucking Sonic Team is embarrassed to make Sonic games. That's what it is. They're embarrassed. So let go of it and let someone else do Sonic games who fucking loves the bad shit wholeheartedly.
Oh, by the way, they're so embarrassed to make Sonic games, this is literally just the Metal Sonic fight again. It's the exact same except from this move.
Like, remember that interview, like, where, like, the Sonic creator was asked, about fucking Sonic Mania, and he was kind of dismissive, and like people were like, "Wow, like the good Sonic game, you know, that people actually like," and you're like, "Don't even care about that." But I think personally, what that shows is the fact that he just, those people over there, they don't fucking care anymore. They don't fucking care anymore. They're just fucking. Honestly, I think since Sonic Generations, even, they don't care anymore. Like, people liked Sonic Generations, and I get why they liked it, but I can't look at that game and be like, yeah, these people, like, care about making the game, because it's just, Sonic Generations was just a fucking rehash.
It was a very shallow rehash as well. It didn't really say anything or add anything to like, oh man, we're visiting this old stage. Isn't this interesting? Isn't this fun? It's just like, yeah, the stage exists. Cool.
Yeah, this stage exists in fucking previous games. Thanks, I guess.
You haven't really had anything new. Like, Infinite is new, but is he really new? He's just like Shadow, but more boring and with a shit power.
There's more to a game than just making competent gameplay, you know?
You haven't really done that here either. There's no mythos, there's nothing added to the series. Aside from the OC generator, and really, could you call that new if that's just what the community has been doing for over 20 years?
But also, I'm mostly talking about Sonic Generations. Like, what the fuck did I say again?
It hasn't added anything, it's just a very shallow rehash of
It's a
old
shallow
ideas.
rehash. What else? I'm fucking blanking on what the fuck I was talking about.
I'm so bored I'm actually opening a packet of double-sided tape instead of watching the game.
Sonic
Oh, it's over. Good.
Sonic Generations is also bad. Even if it's competent gameplay. It's bad. It didn't add anything to Sonic.